Alright, I'm going to do a little more drawing. Yesterday I did the marigold. Didn't necessarily finish it, but it was in my sketchbook. Didn't have to be finished. Today I'm going to do, I have no idea what. But it's going to be in this other sketchbook. This is a sketchbook that my daughter got for me. And it has perforated pages, so I don't really want to carry it around, because the more I flip these open and close and everything, the more likely they are to fall out. And so I'm just kind of keeping it at home, and while I keep it at home, this is my carry around sketchbook, and did the marigold in it. I haven't done much in this book. It's a brand new sketchbook. This is also fresh, like just started it not long ago. So anyway, I'm going to be a little bit random here with some colors. I'm just kind of like preparing the paper with some color so I can do some exciting artwork on it. I should probably shake this one up as much as I shook up the turquoise. I don't know. I don't want colors just straight from the tube, but I don't want to take the time to mix them up. So we're going to let them mix on their own, sort of this way, and just see what happens. And sort of try and cover the paper a little bit. Is that ugly or what? Now I do need to let that dry a little bit, but I kind of got some right there on that page. It's all good. I don't care. Just a sketchbook. Kind of ties it into this one. I probably should do that some more, but no. Oh wait, I do have some. I could take this. I could go. Now it's tied into it. Ha ha ha. All right. This page needs to dry. Got to pull out my hair dryer. It's crazy because I had so many outlets installed into this studio. I think I had like 18 outlets installed, not to mention dedicated ones to air conditioners and such. And here I am having to unplug stuff to plug stuff in. Alright, let's start this up. When you spread it thin like that, it doesn't take long for it to dry. And I do believe it is dry. Now, the question is, what object am I going to draw on here? I have done this flower and plug, this flower and this wrench. Somebody told me that this wrench looked like it had beaten somebody, and that's why it was bloody. Okay. So anyway, what am I going to do right here? I know it's going to involve a micron. And it might involve this cup of coffee. Or it might involve a bottle of ink. Set that right there. And we're going to draw that bottle of ink. Now, if I wanted to get total accuracy, I would definitely do, sort of an under sketch or a preliminary sketch. But what I actually want to do right here is just kind of come up with an idea that might be suitable for a painting later on. And I really want to draw this little medicine dropper part of the bottle. Hold on, let me finish one thought at a time, alright? What I really want to do here is to do a drawing that might be a actual painting later on, and I'm also wanting to just jump right in and work without fear, without worrying about my mistakes or anything like that. And as I've done this, like I see, it's really kind of awkward looking. Hang on just a minute. Alright, so my daughter Alana is out here joining us now. I'm going to fix mistakes that I don't like here because...
Can I color?
Yep. Hang on a minute. Let me get my daughter some paper. So, as I was saying, I do want to go through and correct some of the mistakes. I don't have to. I could have left this thing very whimsical looking, very fat, and misshaped compared to the actual bottle. But there are some things about the bottle that I really, really like. Like, for example, the top of this thing. So my daughter's got some markers and they're not working. So anyway, like I said, I like the size and shape of this medicine dropper, and I didn't get it right enough. So I'm going to go ahead and, as if I'm sketching for perfection, I'm going to fix some of these things. And a couple of things are happening here. Number one, it gives me a cool kind of double image, almost as if this thing is like moved or shaken. The other thing is I can always go back and paint over what I don't want, mistakes like this and this and this. I can paint over them with white paint. Also, that part looks like the bottom of the label. And if I paint over them with white paint, then I can come back in and paint it in with ink, and I think that'll look pretty neat. And I had no idea that I was going to do that when I started. So, the white FW ink, this stuff right here, is really nice as ink, as far as the ink goes. It has a tendency to settle, and because of the settling, when I paint with it, sometimes it's not very opaque. But I'm not even going to bother shaking it up because I'm not using it. I'm going to use this Liquitex soft body acrylic because it does not require mixing up. It does not settle, and it covers nicely. So I can do this. And I can fix all of my mistakes. Now, if you do this, you need to paint it thin. The object is not to cover up everything. In other words, I'm covering it up with white, but you can still see some of that right there. And that's okay, because whatever I put on top of it will then cover it up better. But the reason why you want to put on a thin coat, a couple of reasons. Number one, I don't want to have to fight the texture of the paint when I'm painting it in, when I'm drawing over it or whatever with other inks or other paints. There's a time and place for texture, and this is really not it. So if I paint this down there like that, and see how I've got that fat spot, if I leave that, I'm gonna have to fight that later. I don't want to fight it. So I want this to be as thin as possible. And second of all, it will dry a whole lot faster if it's thin. I could probably do this a whole lot better with a better brush. Hang on just a minute. Just full disclosure, I am cheap when it comes to brushes, and I don't buy brushes. Here I am calling myself a painter, and I can't seem to make myself actually buy good brushes. And not only can I not make myself buy good brushes, but when I do buy brushes, I just ruin them. I set them in the water and leave. So you can take a lot of advice from me and it'll be just fine, but don't take advice from me on brushes. One day, I will get myself a nice set of brushes. You know, something else I could have done right here, and I didn't think about, is since this cap is black anyway, I could have painted it black. And that would have covered up just as well, and it got me one step closer to the color it's supposed to be. There we go. Kind of glad that I did not use the black, because I think it looks kind of cool like it is. I think that this shoulder and that shoulder are off. The problem is I really kind of like this shoulder better than that shoulder, but I guess I'll match that one. Or try to match that one. There we go. Now what I would also like to do here is turn this into a stem with a knot, with a flower, or something else up there. But, let me think about that a second. Alright, this is actually going to end up being a very short, quick and to the point drawing, because my daughter has some sort of anxiety about drawing. I mean, you know, not that we don't all, but she starts to pitch a fit when it doesn't turn out just right. And she's trying to draw these little simple wolves and animals and stuff from YouTube video tutorials. And In a second, you're going to hear her get upset at her drawing because it's not just like the one in the picture. Think about that and how it applies to your drawing skills or our drawing skills. Do we pitch a fit like a 8-year-old when it doesn't turn out just right? I shouldn't have done that. I wasn't paying attention. Nope, not going to pitch a fit though. I'm going to just come back and fix it in a minute. I am going to not go into a lot of detail on this thing. I'm not going to add anything up here to the top, at least not for the time being. I'm basically going to try and finish this up to a certain point, and then take her to the babysitter's.
Stop! Go back! I'm trying to do what he was doing.
See, I told you. Hang on a minute. Yep. Not too happy. She just buried her head in a pillow. It's going to be all right. It is going to be all right. And if you're wondering why I'm not helping her, it's because she won't allow me to. She gets just as mad when you try and help her and show her how to do something as she does when she tries to do it and it doesn't turn out right. Now look there. That was not thoroughly dry, and so now I have some gray paint on my hands, which actually looks kind of cool. And we shall continue it right there. Not only that, but we shall take it and go a step further with it and put some of it up here. And some of it right here. And some of it right here. And maybe get a little bit more black, because this part, actually not this part. Sometimes I paint things just to kind of test it. Like I was thinking that this might have a lot more white in it, and that it would make a little bit of a white, a grayer, a light gray side right here, but it didn't. But I wanted it to, so I could then put it up here at the top. And we can get a little bit more white. Put it right here. A little bit right here. And where else do we need some? A little bit right here. Sometimes these are just like subtle hints, like, there we go, give you an idea to the form that we have here. And ladies and gentlemen, I do believe that's all I'm going to do. I have some work, other work I need to get to. I did some drawing today, some painting today, Kind of cute. Maybe I'll finish it up or do some more to it later. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, come back for more. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Tell me your thoughts on all of this. Thanks for watching.